Good morning, Unity Atlanta Church. Great to see everyone here. No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that if you've come to stay a while or you're just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent, and come let's share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist, or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone, and someone cares for you as an individualization of a divine point of view. This door is open. Oh, this door is open. This door right here. This door is open. It's open for you. Oh, this door. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Oh, come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist, or Jew, this door is open to you.
Amen. Come on in. This door is open for you. Thank you all so much for that. Welcome to each and every one of you here in the sanctuary. Those of you that are joining with us virtually, come on in. Wouldn't it be great if we could just be singing that every Sunday, or at least every now and again? Will you please join with me in prayer as we bring our full awareness of Spirit to this place right here, right now. That infinite Spirit that is everywhere present, within us, as us, each an individualized expression, we now set our intention to be fully present to this place, this time, to allow our minds and, most importantly, our hearts to be open and receptive to the experience of this awareness of the oneness, of the allness, of the source of life in which we all move and live and have our very being. Knowing that we are each one with God bolsters our faith, and it deepens our understanding of the great power and the presence within us. Self-aware and living consciously, we are grounded in the understanding that the world is constantly changing. Our personalities, our interests, our desires may change over time too, but the one thing that never changes is our divine identity. We trust in the knowledge that our connection to Spirit is authentic, and we strive to express this truth, to think, to speak, and to act in ways that are in alignment with this authentic divine nature. And so we can each hold this affirmation: I am one with Spirit, an authentic expression of my true identity. I am one with Spirit, an authentic expression of my true divinity. Affirm this aloud with me. I am one with Spirit, an authentic expression of my true divinity and identity. We've affirmed this. We now claim this. It is already so. Amen. So I welcome you again. The beauty of this day, and the beauty of all of your shining and smiling faces that fill the sanctuary, and for those that are joining with us virtually. You know, I have a belief that we are here by divine appointment, that we are each an important part of creation, each of us here to experience and express the oneness and the wholeness that our particular abilities and talents are, and to let those lights shine in wondrous and unique and diverse ways. And I think that we are so blessed this morning to have Gilda Jennings with us as our worship partner, Frida Stewart here to do one of her beautiful meditations, Chris to affirm with us our prosperity in a positive way, and Simon and Joy and all of the soulful harmonics for just their gifts of joyful and harmonious and uplifting, inspiring music. It's my fervent desire this morning that there is something that is in the word or in song or in connection with one another, or just the energy that is filling this room, you know, that awakens or touches your spirit, so that you know and you feel the Christ within, which is the truth, with a capital T, of who you are. If you are visiting with us for the first time today, please take a moment at the end of the service to stop by, say hello to me or to one of the board members or one of the prayer chaplains that will be in the lobby, so that we can give you some information about our church community, about our mission, our core beliefs, our principles. You are so welcomed here, just as you are. There are no exceptions to our diverse and inclusive community of truth seekers, that we gather together, we study together, we grow together, we play together, we pray together, and we serve together. One of our favorite parts of this service is to take some time to meet and greet one another and to acknowledge and honor the divinity, that individualized divinity, that Christ essence that is in each of us. Namaste. The Spirit in me beholds the Spirit in you. Those of you in the sanctuary, please take a few moments, come up to the microphone, wish our virtual community a very happy Sunday. So now let us greet one another and say Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, my heart singing.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Happy Sunday, beloved community. So glad you are here.
Happy Sunday. Namaste.
The Christ in you. Namaste.
Namaste. Glad you're with us. Have a wonderful week.
Namaste.
Beloved community, happy Sunday.
My
Happy Sunday,
heart
boo.
singing. Namaste.
Good morning. Namaste.
Christ in me, behold the Christ.
Namaste, y'all. Have a beautiful
Namaste.
Sunday.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Happy Sunday.
My heart singing.
Namaste.
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 The Christ in me, behold the Christ in you. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.
Good morning. Isn't it a glorious day to be here among those of us who are a spiritual community, to enjoy each other and to love each other? Okay. I want to share another one of my lessons from the classroom. This one really touched my heart, and it actually is a perfect message to go with Jan's message for us today. This 4-week assignment that I recently had with the 5th graders, when I started there was a girl who sat right in front of me, and she colored and drew all the time. So normally I would set down the rules about when I am talking, you do this, you do that, you need to put your colors away. But this class was so chaotic that I didn't have time to tell her that. So about 4 days into the assignment, the kids, she was early and she came and I said, come sit with me, talk to me and tell me, you color a lot and draw a lot in class, why? And she said, well, I have anxiety and it helps me focus. I said, okay. And I said, I noticed that if I call on you, because, you know, I did that teacher thing of she's not paying attention and calling on her, and she would look up and answer the question. So I knew she was telling the truth. She's focused on me, but it just helps to do something with her hands. And I said, do you want to be an artist when you grow up? And she said, I am an artist. So that was the number one lesson, but I have another one. It's like, speak it into existence. She didn't even consider that she wasn't an artist already. And she said, the reason why I do this is because I plan on becoming better at my art, and then I'm going to sell it. And I am going to make container homes for the homeless. 10 years old. So I said, that's a very specific and worthy goal to have. How did you come up with that? And she told me that years ago, her family had lost their home because her father had lost his job. And they moved in with her grandmother, and they're doing fine now. They have a new house. And she said, but I started to notice people who didn't have homes on the street. And she said, I had somewhere to go. We had somewhere to go, but most people might not have a grandmother that would take them in. And I don't want to see anybody homeless. The second thing I took, because I write everything down and then I look at it later, the thing that I took away from that is while we're in the classroom teaching, we're so busy trying to stay on pace and deal with reading, writing, and arithmetic that sometimes we forget that our real job is also to encourage creativity, to encourage thought, to encourage dreams. But while we are doing that for others, let's remember to do that for ourselves. Take a minute and encourage your thought and encourage the beauty around you and encourage your dreams. That's my message for today. Let's all join in our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives. God, the good, omnipotence. Our daily word for today is a classic daily word from September 2019. The daily word for today is awareness. The affirmation is mindful moments heighten my spiritual awareness and bring me peace. The scripture is from Genesis 13th chapter, 14th verse. The Lord said, raise your eyes now and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward. The reading says, throughout my day, I stop occasionally to be mindful and aware of my surroundings. I take a breath and close my eyes. I notice the sensations of my body, the temperature around me, the touch of my clothing, the sounds I hear. I take another breath and observe my thoughts and feelings. Am I calm or anxious? Am I harried and hurried, or do I feel on purpose with today? As my realization of spirit expands, distractions gently fall away. My busy thoughts are calmed, and any apprehension or concerns are eliminated. I tap into a deeper consciousness as I allow prayer and meditation to bring me to a sacred recognition and appreciation of my life. These moments bring me peace. Again, the daily word for today is awareness, and the affirmation is mindful moments heighten my spiritual awareness and bring me peace. Namaste.
Before we enter into the stillness together, know that our prayer chaplains who wear the purple stoles are situated throughout the sanctuary. They stand ready and willing to join you in the sanctity of prayer, whether you are celebrating a joy or if you have a concern. Simply raise your hand and our prayer chaplains will hold you in the light of all that is good. Now I invite you to relax in whatever way is comfortable for you. Exhale. Now let's take in 2 cleansing breaths to settle our minds. First, breathe in through your nose and hold it. Now let it go through your mouth. Once again, breathe in through your nose and hold it. And sigh it out of your mouth. Next, I invite you to gently close your eyes to shut out anything other than the time we are sharing in the stillness together. Just be still. Let us focus on the word oneness. Imagine you are looking at yourself in a mirror. This time you look at your face with loving appreciation for all you see. There is no criticism of what you may have once been perceived as signs of aging, stress, or of anything undesirable. Why? Because you remember that your true self, the very essence of you, is a beautiful, wonderful, and marvelous expression of the divine. You look in the mirror and smile as you give thanks for remembering and living that sacred gift of oneness. Now, think of one person you love dearly. Let go of images of their physical appearance and focus on the very essence of them. Recall how they make you feel. Recall what attributes they have that up your happy when you are around them, when you simply think of them. Recall how they inspire you to live in a more excellent life as you rest in the stillness for a while. You have just celebrated not only your oneness with your beloved, but also your oneness with the divine. We are one, and that truth brings a comfort and peace beyond understanding when we open ourselves up to it. Recall again and again, then live with faith that your oneness with the divine grants you access to all that is good and true. It is promised, for that is the very essence of you. Now gently, wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes if you like, and give yourself a big hug in appreciation for taking the time to sit in the stillness, celebrating the very essence of you. And so it is. Amen.
Looking for an exit in this world of fear. I can see the path that leads away. Mama never left and Daddy needs me here. I wish the wind would carry change. Looking through the window to a world of dreams. I can see my future slip away. Lord, you won't get there if you don't believe. I wish the wind would carry a change. I've had enough. I'm standing up. I need a change. I've had enough of chasing luck. I need a change. I'm setting fire to the life that I know. Let's start a fire everywhere that we go. We're starting fires. We're starting fires till the lives are burning gold. Till the lives are burning gold. Looking for my ticket to a higher place. I can see my chance begin to fade. One step forward and two back again. I wish the wind would carry a change. I've had enough. I'm standing up. I need a change. I've had enough of chasing luck. I need a change. I'm setting fire to the life that I know. Let's start a fire everywhere that we go. We're starting fires. We're starting fires till the lives are burning gold. Till the lives are burning gold. Looking back, I see I had the flame in me. I'm the wind that's carrying change. I've had luck. I need a change. I'm setting fire to the life that I know. Let's start a fire everywhere that we go. We're starting fires. We're starting fires till the lives are burning gold. I'm setting fire to the life that I know. Let's start a fire everywhere that we go. We're starting fires. We're starting fires till the lives are burning gold. Till the lives are burning gold.
I don't know about you, but I think I'm ready to start a fire. That was awesome. Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our very own Jan Gurr, who is delivering the message today. Jan Gurr has called Unity Atlanta Church her spiritual home for over 30 years. She became an active member in 1996. Since day one, she has been engaged in spiritual enrichment programs and education. In 2006, Jan felt Spirit's nudge to begin the licensed Unity teacher's path with an initial focus on youth and family. She received Youth and Family Certified Spiritual Educator credentials in 2013 and licensed Unity teacher credentials in 2015. Throughout her years of service at Unity Atlanta Church, Jan's greatest passion has been the youth ministry, where she served for over 21 years. Jan previously served on our board of trustees, including as chair of the stewardship committee. She now serves the Greater Unity Movement as a member of the Southeast Unity Ministries executive team. Jan has been active with many ministries and teams, including congregational care, prayer chaplains, spirit groups, outreach, women's circle, healing, and grounds and gardening. Jan is committed to helping individuals grow and evolve emotionally and spiritually by engaging their hearts and minds in ways that translate truth into practical application. Before Jan blesses us with her message, I'd like to share today's inspirational teaching. This is an inspirational teaching from Robert Brumit's book, Living Originally. To live originally is to live consciously from the ever-present origin of life. It is to live from the very source of all that is. This ever-present origin is centered within each of us. We all live from that origin, but the vast majority of us are not conscious of this. Most of us live unconsciously because we have become identified with a false self. We live with a mistaken identity, which is the product of our conditioning. It is a manufactured sense of self, a personality. The problem is identification with the personality as our one and only self. To live originally is to live authentically. To not be defined by culture or environment. To be truly oneself. We do not want to ignore culture. We live in it. But we need not be defined by it. Living originally, we are in the world, but we are not of the world. Please join me in giving a warm Unity Atlanta welcome to licensed Unity teacher, Jan Gurr.
Who we really are is infinitely much bigger, much greater than our personality. We are in the world and not of it. I'm going to go back to that reading, but I really have to take a moment and hone in on that worship song that we just heard, Burning Gold. Joy, you rocked it. Thank you. Joy, soulful harmonics. It was fabulous. I had never heard that song before Friday. We get a statement of this is the way the service is going to go and what the songs are going to be. And I got the songs and I listened to it and I played it over and over again yesterday morning. Honey, you don't get there if you don't believe. I wish the wind would carry a change. I need a change. Let's start a fire till our lives are burning gold. I'm setting a fire. Looking back, I see I had the flame in me. I'm the wind that's carrying the change. We're starting fires till our lives are burning gold. Wow. That is such a powerful message of empowerment, of resilience, and this transformative power of believing in ourselves. I wondered what Rev Jen would thought if I'd used that as my reading for the day. Fire. Fire serves as a symbol of transformation and renewal. I'm setting a fire to the life I know. We know that the whole of the universe is alive with this divine, living, spiritual energy that consumes us all. It transforms us all. It's that fire of spirit that is true reality, capital R, right? And it burns gold. Gold. Metaphysically, Charles Fillmore, our mystic prophet and teacher, in the compilation, the book Revealing Word, says that gold represents our spiritual gifts. And this color is assigned to one of our 12 powers, our accelerated, our abilities, our gifts, our principles that we teach here in Unity. Teacher in me. Do we know which power that is? Anybody? The color gold? Close. Understanding. Understanding. Understanding, it's our ability to interpret, to comprehend, to make cognitive connections. In slang, I get it. I get it. A very wise teacher, Emily Cady, once wrote in her book, Lessons in Truth, you may say to yourself, or another may say silent to you over and over again, that you are well and wise and happy. On the plane of mortal mind or in our intellect and our humanness, a certain cure is affected, and for a time you're going to feel well and wise and happy. But this is simply hypnotism and a mind cure until in the depths of your soul you are conscious of your oneness with the Father, the oneness with Spirit, the one with the source of all, until you know within yourself that the spring of all wisdom and health and joy is within your own being, ready at any moment to spring forth at the call when you need it, you don't have understanding. So I'm setting fire to the life I know until I burn gold. I'm transforming, and I am renewing this human, physical, material life as I grow in my conscious awareness of my oneness with Spirit, until I know within the depths of myself that all wisdom, all health, all joy is within my own being. I see I had the flame in me. I transform my life with spiritual understanding and the use of my spiritual gifts. My life is burning gold. In Unity, we hold these truths to be self-evident. I'm fully human, fully divine. A spiritual being having a divinely human experience. And that, in essence, is what spirituality is. It's living from a sense of something that is bigger than ourselves, than our human selves. We are more than this physical body, more than the labels that we put on, more than what we wear as our personalities. You know, I was first drawn to Unity when I felt a nudge. Didn't know what that nudge was, but I knew that something was missing in my life, something. I felt less than whole. I felt complete. I had left the religion of my childhood behind some 20 years earlier. And Unity spoke of a Christianity that was practical, that was like a spiritual practice. It was discipline. And so when I first started, I saw this spiritual development as a problem to solve. In my professional life, which I'm retired from now, but as a clinical laboratory scientist and a quality and a compliance officer, that made perfect sense. Whew, something's not working. Okay, I get to identify what it is, fix the problem, get rid of the bad, improve myself. I'm a continuous improvement initiative, right? Right? I mean, that makes perfect sense. I knew how to affect change, improve myself, and I could be made more whole, more spiritual, more aligned with God. And as Dr. Emily Cady said, for a time, I would feel well. I would feel wise. I would feel happy until I didn't. You know, I'd have these little ahas, I'd have these awakenings like little embers of fire, this transformation, maybe sparked by a new class or a new teacher or a book or, you know, but then it would disappear and it would slip away or I would forget. Don't get me wrong. There were things that were better because I'm still here. They were better, but they didn't burn gold. My life was really not radically different. I had the desire to change, but my body, my mind, my feelings, my habits, they didn't necessarily follow that desire. One of my mentors tells a story. Two men had been out kind of partying a little bit too much. They had a little bit too much fun, realized it had gotten very, very late, and they needed to get home. They're living in the big city, required them to catch a bus. They get to the bus stop because they got to go across town, and they wait. And they wait. And they wait. Not coming. Let's go to the bus station. And they get there, and they wait. And they wait. Until they realized it was just too late. The buses had already stopped running, as evidenced by the number of buses that were there in the lot. Well, in their infinite wisdom, which was a bit clouded at this time, they decided they would just take a bus, drive it home, and bring it back early in the morning. Well, there were over 50 buses in the lot, and they walked and walked and walked, couldn't find a single bus number 36, their home route. You got it, right? I know what to do, said one. We'll just take the number 22. We'll drive to the last stop, and we'll walk the last 2 miles home. Our habits, our beliefs, our old behavior patterns, they were really, really strong. They're really well laid down, especially when we're not quite aware or conscious of where we are and what we're about. And those of us who grew up in the Bible Belt, reading from Christian scriptures every week, know of the story of Saul of Damascus. He was a Roman official who persecuted, he sought out, he imprisoned, and he killed the followers of the way in the 1st century AD. But his transformation was absolutely dramatic. It was a bright light that appeared to him on the road with all of his soldiers behind him, and a voice calling out, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" It was so dramatic. He took on a new name, a new identity. He became Paul. And we know that his advocacy for Christianity impacts us still this day, 2,000 years later. His sense of self radically shifted. His values, his priorities, his sense of purpose had a radically new meaning. That is transformation. It's a change in consciousness, a change in worldview. It's a change in identity. You know, one of my early transformational shifts occurred not during a class, not even here in Unity. It was in New York City with a group of folks from Unity, and we had headed to the Big Apple to take in some plays, visit the site of where the World Trade Center had stood. There were two things that happened on that visit to me, and I'm going to share one of them because it changed my worldview. As a child, I was petrified of the Wicked Witch of the West and the Wizard of Oz. I had nightmares so bad as a child, I would sit outside my mother and daddy's door and crying, "Are you there? I need comforting." Now, I couldn't even watch The Wizard of Oz all the way through until I was in my mid-20s as a mother. That's how frightful it was. So there I was in New York City, sitting in the dark with the Wicked Witch of the West in Wicked. But I watched a totally different story. Elphaba, labeled as wicked, was really good. And she wanted her physical parents, what was outside, to be as good as her inside until she realized she didn't need to change herself. Her true power was in her authenticity and in her courage and in her uniqueness, which was defying gravity, that thing that was trying to hold her down. And that song, oh my gosh, something has changed inside me. You know that one? Nothing is the same. I'm through playing by the rules of somebody else's game. It's time to trust my guidance, close my eyes, and leap. Well, I'm telling you, everything shifted so for me personally, not just spiritually, but it was a personal transformation too. And it literally took me days to step out of that play as my priorities and my values realigned, as I started shedding some old beliefs about my childhood, about my upbringing and my understanding of God. There was something bigger than myself. And it wasn't long until after that I was introduced to Howard Thurman's writings. And in one of his commencement speeches to the college at Spelman back in 1980, he said, "There is something inside of you that waits and listens for the sound of the genuine in yourself." The sound of the genuine in yourself. There's so many different kinds of signals, so many vast impulses floating through your organism that go back thousands of generations, long before you were even a thought and a mind of creation. And you're buffeted by these. And in the midst of all of this and all of the distractions, you've got to find out what your name is. Who are you? How does the sound of the genuine come through you? So that sound of the genuine in yourself, as our worship song said, that flame that is within me, the consciousness of our oneness of spirit, living originally, consciously from that ever-present origin of life, which is centered within us. Whew. Well, I finally got here. I got to the topic. My God, right? Living intentionally, living originally. Living from the source of all that is, from the one power and the one presence, of which I am an individual expression of which you are an individual expression of. Robert Brummett, in his book and in his teachings, he's clear about the sound of the genuine in yourself, about the flame that is already there. And he calls it living originally, which means to live consciously from this present origin of life. It means to live from the source of life, love, and intelligence. So many folks are disconnected from that. Unconsciously, unwittingly, unknowingly, they live from this mistaken identity or this false sense of self, which is a product of our conditioning, right? It's a product of our cultural skills, what we see on TV, what we see in social media, from when we were babies and toddlers and middle schoolers and high schoolers and college, from our teachers, from our peers. And we live unconsciously from this personality and identifying it as the one and only self. To be original, it means more than being unique, right? Because typically when you talk about being unique, you're comparing yourself to someone else. I'm unique, I'm different than you, I'm different than you. This is not what this is talking about. We're not talking about comparing, it is talking about how I meet and respond to each moment. Who is it that is showing up? Who is it that is responding? Do you remember what our definition of transformation was just a little bit earlier? Change in consciousness, a change in our worldview. It's the process by which we shift our identity from our personality, from our humanness, to our authentic self, our divinity. We're fully human, we're fully divine. but we are a spiritual being having a divinely human experience. Seek ye first the kingdom. Seek ye first spirit. Our personality is not a bad thing, right? It's like the cover. It's like the clothes that we're wearing. We like to have nice clothes, but we can change our clothes. But that doesn't change who we are. We can change our hair. It doesn't change who we are. So we're not trying to disregard our personality. We're just trying not to identify with it. But wear it like we'd wear a coat. Oh, it's now summertime. I'm putting the coat aside. That's what transformation is. It's shifting your identity from your personality to your deeper, authentic, original self. So Robert Brummett talks about two kinds of transformation. He talks about this two types of spirituality and two types. So there are translational spirituality. So those that are in my class know, the one that we're going through right now, know what I'm talking about here. Translational spirituality focuses on making our life better. We're going to find new meaning. We're going to change the conditions of our life. We're going to get healthier. We're going to get wealthier. We're going to have better relationships. But my sense of myself doesn't change. I'm translating my experience of life. It's like a new car, same driver, right? This is like positive thinking, looking on the bright side. This is treasure mapping, changing the environment, the conditions. Listen to me. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Because we know where we're going. We know where this is what we want, and this is how we're going to get there. But the personality ego lives in that perspective. It experiences reality as if this was the center of all things. And so that makes the ego and the personality hard. It makes it hard for it to look beyond that perception. And it's easily tricked. Because what it thinks it's the truth. But it's truth with a little t, right? It's great at passing judgment, right? And it processes its situations because, it's there to protect us. We need it. It's there to protect us. It's there for survival. But it needs to be a servant to our divine self, to our divinity. So that's what transformational spirit, what he calls transformational spirituality. It cannot be defined. It cannot be described. It can only be experienced. I did walk into a theater in New York thinking that I was going to be transformed. It was there. I was open. I didn't make it happen. It's like cultivating a garden. I can't make a seed grow, right? I can prep the soil. I can do all of that stuff. I can fertilize it. I can be a good gardener, but I can't make it grow. I have to surrender to that, right? And I have to let nature do the work. So that's what we're doing. We're holding an intention to cultivate the soil so that we can do what is ours to do. All right. So letting go doesn't mean we're just letting go of our attachment to personality, okay? I don't want you to, we gotta, we need a face, we need an identity, we need a driver's license, we need a social security card. All right. We just don't identify it. Let's put the ego in its right place. Okay, quick check. I'm looking at my time. On a scale, let's just say 1 to 100. What percentage of the time do you feel you are living originally? From your divinity. What's your personal minimum daily requirement for being authentic? Yeah. Hold that thought a second, because don't we want to cultivate that? Don't we want to be a little more showy, a little more flowery? Wouldn't we want to be more full in that expression of who and what we are, of our spirit? And we do that by engaging in spiritual practice, in spiritual development, to support and facilitate and cultivate that transformation. We can't make it happen, but we can certainly lay the groundwork and do what we can. But it takes discipline. Whew, that's a hard word sometimes, right? We don't like that word, discipline. But discipline's really, it's yoga, right? It's yoga. It's union. Discipline is union. And it is what it makes us free. They say put on, there was a passage in the Bible, I can't now remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's like the yoke. Put on the yoke. Put on your yoke and you'll be free. How is it that I put on a yoke and I can be free? It's through that discipline. But here's the key. The key. You have to create an intention. It's not just going to happen. It starts by creating an intention, a right intention. So Dr. Brummett suggests that we ask ourselves, does this intention arise from my authentic self or from my ego and my personality? And remember, this intention is a guide, it's not a goal. I'm not going to say, I'm going to be mindful in everything that I do today. Well, I'm done, within a minute, So this is not about a goal. This is about an intention. It is about like a compass needle, like setting your true north. When you set a compass, you're not going to sit there and walk a straight line, right? You got boulders and obstacles, and you're going to go off down this path, but eventually you're going to come back. So I don't care if you're doing this 99% of the time or 1% of the time. My intention is true north. My intention is to be mindful. Oops. So, and Dr. Brummett goes on to talk about all, there are 5 practices, and if you're in my class, these are the things that we're working with over the next 6 to 8 months. Radical self-awareness, deep self-acceptance, unlimited forgiveness, universal benevolence, compassionate communication. Each of them are grounded in an intention and a commitment. And when practiced, something transforms in the pattern of our being. I just officiated the wedding of my grandson. And I asked them how to make a commitment for a relationship that you know is going to last a lifetime. How do you do that? You don't make the commitment just on your wedding day, right? You make it every day. Sometimes more than once a day. You do it over and over again, a repeated intention. And when you do that, that intention becomes magnified. So we practice it so that we become aware, so that we notice, oh, there's that fear. There's that wicked witch. Oh, I know who you are. Right? Ooh, there's that judgment. Ooh, I know who you are. I've seen you before. I choose to set you aside because I'm living from my spirit. So what is your intention? What is your intention? You've been given a little card. You've got a pen in front of you somewhere. So just take a moment and create an intention. How do you want to live this week, this month, this year? To be aware, to be accepting, to forgive, to be compassionate, to be whatever it is that your soul is asking you to be. There's something about taking a pen and a piece of paper and putting ink to that. It's intimate, it's your body, speaking with your mind. It's like a conversation with yourself. And neuroscience actually confirms that. When you're handwriting, it lights up parts of the brain that activate the reticular activating system. You're more focused. What fires together, wires together. So when you create or set an intention and you do this again and again and you practice, it's embedded in your subconscious. You're laying down a new track, a new pathway, embedding that intention, and now you've made it important. And now it deserves your attention. And now you've got what scientists call that executive control network. You've got a choice on how to respond. I am awake to the ever-present origin of my life. Old habits will come back, but that is not who I am, right? Living from this place, we have the incredible power to affect the world around us, not by what we say, not by our actions, but just from our being, to live in the reality of the present. Our true original self, letting our light shine, and we're starting fires until our lives burn gold. And so it is.
I'm supposed to talk about prosperity for a moment, but before I do, I want to talk to you about something I'm very grateful for. You just sat through a sample of what a class with Jan Gurr is like. I've taken literally 15 to 20 of her classes. Talk about transformative. What fires together, wires together. So I'm going to take that all week. One of the things that we learned in one of the many classes I've taken with Jan is that prosperity is like a rushing river. It is an infinite supply of never-ending good. This community, Unity Atlanta, shows that to me every time I walk through the doors, every time I serve, every time I get up here on stage and talk, or anytime I spend a moment with any of you. It makes me incredibly grateful for this beloved community that we've built together, and I'm looking forward to everything that's possible and things that we haven't even imagined yet. So thank you, and thank you to Jan, thank you to Frida and Gilda, the band. The ways you give are endless. Cash App, Venmo, Carrier Pigeon, we will accept your funds, and we will do so gratefully. So, as you do that, it's important to give. Jan talked about intention. Giving is not just a transaction. Giving is an intention to grow. I can't make the seed grow, but I can certainly make the conditions right for it to be able to. That's what it's about. So let's take a moment, put our hands over our hearts if we're so inclined, and share our offering affirmation together. Divine love through me blesses and increases all that I give, all that I have, and all that I receive. Love brings me prosperity living. Longing giving brings me prosperous living. And I give to Unity Atlanta Church in gratitude for the rich spiritual good I receive throughout the year. I expect a miracle of God's rich abundance in my life and the life of my spiritual community now. Amen.
Searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting bolder. They keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting bolder. Searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting bolder. They keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm getting bolder. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. You keep me searching and I'm growing bolder. You keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold.
Woo! Thank you. One of my favorite jams. I'm going to share a few announcements that will help you stay fired up during the week. This month, the monthly discussion group, The Spiritual Keys of Aging Well, starts back up today after service, facilitated by Alicia Fields. Alicia, are you here? There she is. And you will meet in room 109. Thank you, Alicia, for doing this. Next Sunday, May 4th, Spiritual Cafe with Rev Jen meets at 12:30 p.m. And here's a save the date. In 2 weeks, on Sunday, May 11th, our guest speaker will be Reverend Dolores Voorhees. And if you know Reverend Voorhees, you better be here, because she stays fired up. Her message is titled, The Mother Side of God. We are blessed with so many events here at our church, and we want you to be aware of all of them. So we have added an additional way to stay up to date. On the table at the back of the sanctuary, you can pick up your copy of the May calendar of events. It's one page and it lists the events for the entire month. Keep it and come to these events. For more information on each event, check the weekly newsletter, the web calendar, the TVs in the lobby, or pick up printed flyers at the back of the table or in that carousel that goes around and around and around outside the door, okay? And before we hear from the amazing Miss Gilda Jennings, our worship partner, let's give Jan Gurr a round of applause for her speech today. Thank you so much, Jan, for reminding us to live intentionally.
Let's all join in reciting our affirmation. I choose to nurture and live from my authentic, original, divine self. And if you're able, please stand, join hands, and let's sing our Let There Be Peace on Earth before we leave. Let's say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever you are, God is. And we are so grateful. Have a wonderful week. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4.